Welcome back to FM Coins, the home of unbelievable discoveries, shocking coin secrets, and life-changing treasures you might be holding right now. Today's video is something you absolutely cannot skip, because we are talking about the tiny UK 5 pence coin. Yes, that small coin most people ignore that can be worth not just hundreds, not just thousands, but in some rare cases, it can touch values so high that even expert collectors can't believe it. Some of these coins are selling for extreme amounts because of rare mistakes, secret minting errors, and hidden varieties that only a handful of people in the world know about. This is the type of information that can turn a simple 5p from your drawer, your wallet, or your childhood piggy bank into a shocking jackpot. And here's the craziest part. These coins are still out there. They are not all locked in museums or private collections. People are finding them today in coin jars, old boxes, and even in pocket change, without realizing that they're holding something worth more than an iPhone, more than a bike, and in some cases more than a car. So watch this video till the very end, because the rarest and most valuable 5 pence coins will surprise you, and you might discover that you already have one without even knowing it. Today's video is full of secrets collectors don't usually reveal. I'm going to show you how a normal-looking 5 pence coin becomes extremely rare, why some mint errors are worth more than gold, and which dates and mistakes can make your 5p coin worth a life-changing amount. So sit tight, stay focused, and let's uncover the rare UK 5 pence coins worth millions right now on FM Coins. To understand why some UK 5 pence coins are now worth unbelievable money, we need to go back to the beginning of this tiny coin's journey, because its history is full of twists, surprises, and moments where the Royal Mint accidentally created treasures without even realizing it. The UK was preparing to leave behind the centuries-old pound-shillings-pence system and enter the modern world of decimal currency. During this transition, the Royal Mint introduced the first 5 pence coin, designed to replace the old shilling. Even though it carried a brand new decimal value, the size and weight were nearly identical to the shilling, so people could adjust easily. This made the early 5p coins historically important, because they represent the bridge between two eras of money. These first 5 pence coins were large, shiny cupronickel pieces featuring Queen Elizabeth II's portrait on the obverse and a crown thistle on the reverse, symbolizing Scotland. For more than 2 decades, from 1968 to 1989, this design remained untouched. But in these long years, behind the scenes, the Royal Mint was constantly adjusting machines, testing new dies, and refining production. Whenever there's extended production like this, rare varieties, experimental strikes, and unnoticed minting errors slip through unnoticed. Many of those early mistakes are still hidden in collections. Then came the year that changed everything, 1990. This year marked a massive transformation when the Royal Mint officially replaced the large-size 5 pence with a smaller, compact version to suit modern pockets, lighter coins, and faster transactions. But big changes always create big opportunities for rare errors. During the switch from large plankets to small plankets, the Mint accidentally created some of the rarest 5 pence coins in existence. Transitional errors, coins that combined the wrong size, wrong metal, or wrong die, were born during this period. A single confirmed transitional 5p can be worth an astronomical amount because it represents a mistake that should never have left the mint. The evolution didn't stop there. In 2008, the Royal Mint introduced the iconic shield of the Royal Arms design, where each coin represents a part of a larger shield. This beautiful redesign also created opportunities for misaligned strikes, missing sections of the shield, or rotated designs. Then came another huge shift in 2011, when the composition changed from cupronickel to steel with a nickel coating. This switch brought a whole new wave of errors, weak strikes due to harder metal, magnetic anomalies, peeling nickel layers, and mixed metal planchet mistakes. Since steel reacts differently under pressure, machinery adjustments weren't perfect and rare error coins escaped into circulation. Every redesign, every metal change, every die update created possibilities for mistakes that today are worth hundreds, thousands, or even life-changing amounts. This is why the history of the 5 pence coin isn't just a timeline. It's a treasure map. Every major change opens the door to coins that shouldn't exist, coins that slipped past quality control, and coins that today sell for insane prices at auctions around the world, packed with hidden secrets and rare treasures waiting to be found. To understand why certain UK 5 pence coins can reach unimaginable values, you have to look beyond the tiny size of the coin and focus on the massive world of minting, secrets behind it, Every rare 5p coin that sells for thousands or even millions carries a story of mistakes, changeovers, experiments. They are survivors from moments where precision failed, machines slipped, or the mint operated under pressure, and those rare mistakes slipped out into circulation unnoticed. And today, collectors chase those mistakes like gold. The first major reason a 5-pence coin becomes extremely valuable is minting errors. And this is where the real magic begins. Imagine millions of coins being struck every day at high speed, with machines working nonstop. Even the smallest misalignment, a slight shift in pressure, or an unexpected vibration can create a coin that stands out from millions. A 5p might get double struck, leaving overlapping images. It might get struck off-center, giving it a crescent-shaped border. A die might crack, causing raised lines known as die breaks. Or the coin might get clipped while being cut, giving it a curved edge. These mistakes are incredibly rare because quality control usually catches them. So when one escapes into circulation, it instantly becomes a collector's dream. The rarity of these errors is what pushes their value sky high. But the real jackpot lies in transitional errors, which happen during years of major changes. Every time the Royal Mint switches coin sizes, metal compositions, or designs, the minting floor becomes extremely busy and complicated. Old dies are removed, new dies are fitted. Old metal blanks are cleared, new blanks are added, and machines are recalibrated. During these chaotic transitions, mistakes can slip through. A small-sized 5p can be struck using a large-sized die. A large blank might get struck by a new reverse. A coin might carry a design from the past year by accident. These transitional errors are unbelievably rare because they occur only during short periods of change, often for just a few hours or days, and because they represent a moment in minting history that can't happen again. Collectors pay extraordinary amounts to own them. Another powerful value booster is off-metal strikes. When a 5-pence coin is accidentally minted on the wrong metal, it could be struck on a bronze planchet meant for a 1p coin, on a nickel-brass blank meant for a foreign coin, or even on a MIS-sized blank that doesn't match any official denomination. When such a coin appears at an auction, collectors battle fiercely to win it, and the prices easily reach thousands or more. Off-metal strikes are among the rarest mint errors in the world, and a 5p with this mistake becomes a priceless treasure. Next comes low mintage years. Another reason certain 5p coins become collectible. Not every year produces the same number of coins. Some years, demand for circulation coins is low, so the Royal Mint produces only a small batch. Fewer coins entering circulation means fewer chances to find errors, fewer coins for collectors, and higher future demand. A regular low mintage 5p might be moderately valuable, but a rare error from a low mintage year is a double rarity, almost a guaranteed high-value coin. Finally, the biggest secret behind skyrocketing prices is collector demand. When collectors discover a new error, when a new variety is confirmed, or when a coin gets spotlighted in the news or social media, demand explodes. That is why even the smallest 5p coin can suddenly become the center of attention, with people paying unbelievable amounts just to add it to their collection. So the next time you look at a 5-pence coin, remember, its value isn't in its size. Its value lies in the secrets hiding on its surface, the mistakes frozen in its metal, and the stories collectors are willing to pay fortunes to own. That's how an ordinary 5p transforms into a rare, high-value treasure. 5-pence coins, a chapter that collectors dream about and treasure. Hunters hope to uncover in old drawers or piggy banks. The year was 1990, a pivotal moment when the Royal Mint made a sweeping change that would forever alter the fate of the 5-pence coin. For more than 2 decades, the large, heavy 5-pence had been in circulation, familiar in the pockets of the British public and in coin jars across the country. But in 1990, the Royal Mint decided it was time for modernization. They introduced a smaller, lighter, and more compact 5-pence coin that was easier to carry, more practical for daily use, and more suited to the evolving economy. While this might sound like a simple update, in reality, it created one of the rarest and most valuable errors in UK coin history. During this transition, the Mint had to completely overhaul its production system. Large metal blanks had to be cleared from the presses, and thousands of new smaller blanks had to be added. Machinery had to be recalibrated, pressure adjusted, and quality control intensified to ensure a smooth switch. Even the tiniest misalignment or oversight could create a coin that looked ordinary but was actually a minting miracle. And in that brief, chaotic moment between old and new, something extraordinary happened. A few coins were struck with the wrong combination of dies and blanks, producing what collectors now call the 1990 transitional error 5 pence. These coins were never intended to exist. They were mistakes, accidents of timing, size, and machinery. A small 5 pence blank might have been struck with a die meant for the large size design. A leftover large blank could have accidentally received the new small size design. Even slight variations in thickness or diameter could occur when dies or blankets were mismatched. These coins are so rare that they are almost mythical. Experts believe only a handful may have survived, and in some cases, it is thought that there might be only one verified example in the world. The uncertainty around their existence makes them incredibly valuable and highly sought after by collectors and auction houses alike. If one of these 1990 transitional error 5 pence coins were to appear today, the prices would be staggering. On the lower end, an authenticated coin could fetch between £25,000 and £50,000. A verified example with strong provenance and excellent condition could easily surpass £100,000 to £250,000, and if it were confirmed to be unique, the only known surviving coin, it could reach £500,000, with some rare cases potentially pushing toward the astonishing £1 million mark. That is the kind of life-changing value a single small coin can hold, simply because it survived a brief moment of chaos during a major minting transition. What makes this coin even more fascinating is that it doesn't scream rare at first glance. To the untrained eye, it may look like any ordinary 5 pence from 1990, but subtle differences give it away. The diameter might feel slightly unusual, the thickness may vary, the design might appear mismatched for the size, and the edge could look odd compared to a standard coin. For collectors, these are the clues that transform an ordinary coin into one of the most coveted pieces in British numismatic history. The 1990 transitional error 5 pence is not just a coin. It is a piece of history frozen in metal. It represents a moment where the Royal Mint's plans intersected with human error, producing a coin that can never be reproduced. It is rare, it is mysterious, and it is extremely valuable. Anyone who discovers one today holds not just a coin, but a piece of British history, a collector's dream, and potentially life-changing money in the palm of their hand. This is why the 1990 transitional error 5 pence stands at the very top of all rare UK 5 pence coins, the ultimate treasure for collectors and enthusiasts alike. Among the most fascinating and lucrative mistakes in UK 5 pence coins are the off-metal struck coins, coins that were accidentally minted on the wrong type of metal. These are not just simple errors. They are the kind of anomalies that collectors dream of finding. The coins that make numismatic enthusiasts gasp when they first see them. Imagine a coin that is supposed to be made of cupronickel but is instead struck on a bronze blank, meant for a 1 pence coin. Or picture a 5 pence accidentally struck on nickel brass, steel, or even a planchet intended for a foreign coin. These mistakes are incredibly rare, yet a few slipped through the Royal Mint's quality control and quietly entered circulation decades ago. The story of off-metal 5 pence coins becomes even more intriguing when we realize how they were created. During busy production periods, especially in years with design changes or high coin demand, coins are struck at lightning speed. Machines run continuously, blankets are fed rapidly, and even the most experienced staff cannot catch every small error. Occasionally, a blank of the wrong metal ends up under the die, is struck with full force, and emerges as a coin that is technically impossible. At first glance, it may look almost normal, but a closer inspection reveals subtle differences. The color may appear slightly unusual, the weight may feel off, or the edge may have a distinct texture. These small discrepancies are what make off-metal coins instantly recognizable to collectors, and what transform a simple coin into a rare treasure. The market for off-metal struck 5 pence coins is astonishing. Minor examples may sell for £1,000 to £5,000, giving everyday collectors a taste of what rarity can do to a coin's value. More striking examples, especially coins made from unusual metals or unique combinations that were never intended to exist, can fetch £10,000 to £50,000, and, in the rarest cases, coins verified as unique or extremely limited in number, the value can soar past £100,000 or more. Each off-metal coin is essentially a piece of history, a one-time mistake captured forever, and collectors pay top prices because there is simply nothing else like it in circulation. What makes these coins even more exciting is that they often remain unnoticed for decades. A collector might inherit a box of coins. A coin could be hidden in a drawer, or it might even sit in a piggy bank, looking ordinary, until someone realizes its true value. Once authenticated, the coin immediately transforms into a highly sought-after collectible, capable of fetching life-changing amounts of money at auction. Off-metal struck 5-pence coins are visually striking, historically significant, and incredibly rare, a combination that drives both demand and price to extraordinary levels. For anyone interested in rare coins, off-metal struck 5-pence coins are among the top errors to look for, alongside transitional errors and die mistakes. They are living proof that even the smallest coin can hide a huge fortune, and that every coin in circulation, no matter how common it seems, has the potential to surprise collectors and make history. A single off-metal 5-pence coin could be worth more than a luxury car, more than a piece of gold jewelry, or even more than some house deposits, all because of a tiny mistake made decades ago at the Royal Mint. Another type of rare 5-pence coin that commands attention and high prices is the wrong die or misaligned die error. These coins are created when something goes wrong during the striking process. A die may shift slightly, rotate, or strike a coin twice, leaving overlapping images. Sometimes the design appears tilted or off-center. Other times, a coin may suffer a die clash, where the dies strike each other without a blank in between, leaving a ghosted image of the design imprinted on the coin. These errors may seem minor, but to collectors, they are a sign of extreme rarity, craftsmanship gone slightly wrong, and a coin that cannot be reproduced. The excitement around these coins comes from the fact that each misalignment or double strike creates a unique coin. Even small differences in rotation or doubling can transform a normal 5-pence into a collectible that sells for astonishing amounts. Some minor double-struck coins might fetch £500 to £2,000, making them accessible to everyday collectors who spot the anomaly early. More dramatic errors, such as severe rotation, heavy doubling, or significant die clash marks, can push the price to £5,000 to £20,000, depending on condition and rarity. In extremely rare cases, certain misaligned die coins have been auctioned for £50,000 or more, especially if they are unique or historically significant. These errors are fascinating because they often look like normal coins at first glance. A casual observer might not notice that the Queen's portrait appears slightly tilted, that the thistle or shield design overlaps itself, or that ghosted images appear elsewhere on the coin. For collectors, these subtle differences are exactly what make the coin valuable. The rarer the misalignment, the higher the demand, and the more intense the competition at auctions. Misaligned die and double-struck 5-pence coins are also historically significant because they capture moments when the minting process was slightly imperfect. They are a snapshot of human and mechanical error frozen in metal, and their rarity increases every year as existing coins are lost, damaged, or hoarded by collectors. For anyone hunting rare coins, these misalignment and die clash 5-pence coins are essential finds. They are visual, dramatic, and extremely valuable, proof that even a tiny error in a small coin can create extraordinary collector demand and life-changing prices. Another crucial factor that determines the value of UK 5-pence coins is the mintage year. Not all 5-pence coins were produced in equal numbers, and some years saw extremely low production. These coins are much rarer simply because fewer of them exist in circulation. For collectors, a low mintage year combined with an error or unusual feature can turn a small coin into an extremely valuable treasure. For example, certain 5-pence coins from transitional years, like 1990, are already rare, but other years with limited production or special minting runs can also be highly sought after. Coins from years such as 1971, 1972, 1983, and 1984 are particularly interesting to collectors, especially if they are in mint condition. A common 5-pence from these years might sell for just a few pounds, but rare varieties or proof examples from these low mintage years can fetch anywhere between £500 and £5,000, depending on condition and demand. Collectors pay attention not just to the year but also to the rarity of surviving examples. Coins that are well preserved, with sharp details and minimal wear, are far more valuable than worn examples, even if they are from the same year. Some low mintage coins are considered almost mythical because only a few dozen exist in excellent condition, and these are the ones that can command life-changing prices at auction. In short, rare mintage years highlight the fact that even ordinary-looking 5 pence coins can hide incredible value. A collector who knows which years to target, and who checks carefully for errors or anomalies, might discover coins worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of pounds. Low mintage, combined with unique features or minting mistakes. As we wrap up our journey into the world of rare UK 5 pence coins, it's clear that these tiny pieces of metal hold stories far bigger than their size suggests. From the historic 1990 transitional errors to the shocking off-metal strikes, the fascinating misaligned or double-struck coins, and the highly sought-after low mintage years, each coin carries its own unique history, rarity, and potential for life-changing value. What may look like a simple 5 pence in your pocket or in an old collection could be worth tens, hundreds, or even millions of pounds, depending on the year, the minting era, and its condition. The thrill of collecting rare 5 pence coins lies in the surprises they hold. Off-metal color, tilted designs, or double strikes that reveal it as a rare treasure. For collectors, these coins are not just currency. They are pieces of history, frozen moments of minting, and opportunities that can change lives. Whether you are a serious collector hunting for errors, someone exploring inherited collections, or a casual observer fascinated by rare coins, the world of UK 5 pence coins is full of excitement and potential. Remember, each coin has a story, and sometimes the smallest coins carry the biggest fortunes. The next time you come across a 5 pence coin, take a closer look. It could be a rare transitional error, an off-metal strike, or a low mintage gem that is worth far more than you ever imagined. So keep your eyes open, treasure every discovery, and who knows, you might just find a 5 pence coin that could change your life forever.